What we're going to do now is add and subtract rationals. Adding and subtracting rationals is basically just adding and subtracting fractions. So if we're looking at our first example, you've probably seen this before. We have 1/7 plus 5/7, and that would be a denominator of 7. And if you remember, whenever we have common denominators, we keep the denominator the same. We're not going 7 plus 7 is 14. So our denominator is the same at 7. Now what we do is we add the numerators. 1 plus 5 is 6. So our answer is 6/7. Now letter B is more what we're going to be working with in algebra, where we have a variable as the denominator. Now we're going to treat it exactly as the previous one. Our denominator is x. Both of them have a common denominator of x. And what we're going to do is we're going to subtract the numerators. 5 minus 4 is 1. So our answer is 1 over x. Pause the video, see if you could try letter C. Now, if we're looking at letter C, we see that our denominator is 5x, because that's our common denominator. 3 plus 7 is 10. Now, this one's slightly tricky because if we notice, the 10 and the 5 can actually reduce. This becomes a 1 and the 10 becomes a 2. So what we have is 2 over x. Looking at letter D, this one is different. The denominator is not the same. So what we need is a common denominator. So our common denominator is going to be 33. If ever you're unsure, what you do is you just multiply the two denominators together, and that guarantees to give us a common denominator. Now, what we need is equivalent fractions. We don't want to change the number up. So the 11 times 3 gives us 33. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 3. 3 times 4 is 12. And 12 over 33 reduces to 4/11. So we didn't change the number. We have an equivalent fraction. Now for the second one, 3 turns into 33 by multiplying it by 11. So we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 11, and that gives us 11 over 33. 12 plus 11 is 23 over 33, and that gives us our answer. So in the same way, when we have a number and a variable, if we're not sure, we're going to find the product of the two. 5 times x is 5x. So that means our common denominator would be 5x. Now, we're going to do the same process. The first one, we're going to multiply by x because 5 times x gives us the 5x as our denominator. And we're going to multiply the other one by 5 because, once again, x times 5 is 5x. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 5 is 15.